3, an update to an Apple update, a new earthquake app, and how old is too old to go trick-or-treating? We have a noob on the desk this evening, Alexa Lee, joining us.
Good to be here, guys.
First, the Impossible Burger, your review quickly?
Oh, it was delicious. It's very good.
Are you,
very good.
Are you
paid by Burger
And
King?
I heard a child who was eating the burger at Burger King say, "Wait, you didn't tell me this wasn't meat." And the dad said, "Did you know?" And he said, "No."
Wow.
Well, if
There
you
you
can
go.
trick a kid,
I
Give it a
think
try.
we should trick a big kid.
kids are idiots.
Yeah. So are some big kids.
That's true. That's very true.
I've always been talking about you. First up, seems more techie, the more techie we get, the more tech issues pop up. Apple just released a software update to fix bugs in its last software update. If you have an iPhone, you may have gone through this. It's the 4th update to the iOS 13. Now, the 13 original update brought new features like swipe and type and dark mode, but there's bugs, and it drains the battery like no business, and it overheats. Do either of you have iPhones?
Does this affect you? Does this affect your life?
Did you do an upgrade?
I didn't update it. I don't
You
know if I
didn't?
was
Don't
supposed
ever
to.
update it.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing, because I'm hearing it's dropping calls. It's you can't download apps. Like there's major things, even more than just the overheating and the battery drain. Which the battery drain can stink if that happens.
Yeah.
To you.
One of the
Did you guys
complaints
have
I heard about it was that it is not registering when someone calls you, so it won't
Right.
ring or it won't
Or
vibrate.
vibrate.
Which sounds to me like a feature that I would like for my phone.
I would kind of like that.
Like, I don't want to update it if I can't see. I don't want to
Right.
answer a phone call. Are you
Yeah.
horrified when
That
someone
is-
calls you on
yeah.
your phone at this point?
Right.
What
But
is
it's a
this,
good
the 90s?
excuse. It's a good
Don't call
excuse
me.
if
It is.
your boss is
so
calling.
if you don't
Sorry.
update the thing, then you can just say, I didn't update the app, it's not my fault, that's why I didn't call you back, Mom.
There you go.
Right? That's what you can do.
Well, speaking of apps, you hear it over and over, there's an app for that. Well, the latest is called MyShake. It's an earthquake warning app. Now, it doesn't predict earthquakes, but it uses sensors placed throughout California to detect when an earthquake starts. Then it calculates the intensity and location. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say when an earthquake starts, you might know.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
you're in the
uh-huh.
area.
Right.
But I will say, I read that it gives you a 20-second warning. And
Okay.
if you've ever been in an earthquake, I mean, those seconds.
We were in one
Can be
here in
pretty-
Northeast Ohio not too long ago.
Horrifying.
The
I have a
Great
t-shirt
Quake
that says I
of
survived the
2019.
Cleveland earthquake.
Yeah, I feel bad. My
Yeah.
heart goes out.
But you're right, you do need that time.
You need every second.
It's
is what I'm
valuable.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's notification for other areas where they're
Now, you might not have
earthquakes.
time to actually like go somewhere safe
Mm-hmm.
necessarily or anything, but that does give you time, if it's 20 seconds, to clear your internet browsing history
Yes.
in case something
Is this
happens to
something
you.
that you're worried about?
And to
Yes.
call your mother and tell her goodbye, and
Yeah.
you do that in that order.
Speaking of calling your mother, I want to leave some time for this. How old is too old to go trick-or-treating? A city in Virginia called Chesapeake says it's 14.
Yes.
If you're older than 14 and go begging for candy, you can be fined and charged with a misdemeanor. In other words, they take your candy away.
Yeah.
Now the city isn't going to be checking birth dates, but if kids get into trouble on Halloween, then they will. I think
You have
it's
strong feelings
hysterical.
about this.
Well, I think it's hysterical when, like, the 16 and 17 and 18-year-old kids dress up and come around. If they're not jerks about it,
Right.
like, hey, have fun, it's trick or treat, whatever.
They're not getting into trouble.
Your stance?
Well, listen, I milked it as long as I could. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So I say, if you're not causing trouble, I like that they're not going to like go around checking birth dates. Like, listen, if you're 14, if you're on that borderline,
Right.
if you're not causing trouble, be a kid,
Yeah.
man. Because
First-
one day you're going to have to go to work.
Right.
Hold on to your
No
youth.
more Kit Kats for you. First
Yeah.
of all, if it's a misdemeanor, it's hilarious to think that at some point somebody could end up in jail maybe, and people are like, what are you in for?
Trick or treat.
That's the answer to that.
Right.
Now, the second thing that I love about that is my sister, I live next door to her, she is an absolute draconian monster when it comes to this. If there's an older kid that comes by, she's like, how old are you? Where's your costume? A hockey mask is not a costume. No treats for you. She
But
is
I feel
merciless.
bad
Guaranteed
for like the
eggs and
8-year-old.
TP.
Yes.
What about that 8-year-old girl that's just, matured faster than the other groups, and she's like, I'm only 8.
If Erin will, if she will accept that, if the kid will say that the kid's 8, but she is a very harsh taskmaster when it comes
What
to
monster
that.
did you
Tell
call
me
her? A draconian monster?
She's a draconian monster.
He pulls, he acts
Yeah,
like he's
it's
all
very
silly, but he's brilliant.
Oh, God.
That was a good
Here
one.
we
I'm gonna have
go.
to use
That's
that.
all right. Here, the other thing
above average.
the other thing that my sister hates, by the way, is if somebody comes through twice. She's like, I've already seen you. I know that move. She's a monster.
sister's good.
Stay away from brown.
Our
red,
producer
white,
is in the ear going, please
Sorry.
go to
Sorry.
weather. So let's go
He's
to
like, I
weather.
have
Let's go to weather.
I mean, all we have to do is a 7-day